What's going on, guys? Jordan here, coming back at you again with another episode of Beer Reviews. Tonight, we're going to be reviewing the Shiner Light Blonde. This is coming in at 4.2% ABV, and I picked up a six-pack of these yesterday at Walmart for $9.48. On the side, it says independent to the last drop. So we're going to crack into this and see what we got. I don't know if this is a twist top, but I will try. Yes, it is a twist top. Most craft beers are not twist top. Let's get an aroma out of the bottle. It smells malty, sweet. Let's get it into the glass so we can get a little bit more of an aroma here. Well, I poured that a little aggressive. Okay, so I will say it's very carbonated. The head was almost no head to speak of. It's already dissipated. It's almost like soda or like a, not even root beer foam. I mean, it's already dissipated. What? There's like a really sweet malty aroma coming out of the glass. And then it kind of just smells like your typical domestic light beer. Just got a little bit more of a malty sweetness to it. But I'm curious about this one. That might be the quickest I've ever seen a head die on a beer, and I poured it aggressively. I was actually afraid that I poured it too hard and we were going to have too much head. But for the first time ever, we have no head. So let's get into this and see what we got. Cheers, guys. So it's got a decent flavor to it. It does have a sweet taste to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that Outlaw Light in a way. It's not exactly the same, but it does have that kind of flavor to it. Especially the sweetness. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the aftertaste of that. It's really sweet. It's like that cake sweetness, almost like a cupcake. It has that type of flavor to it. On the front end of the beer, as soon as you take a sip, it's kind of just like your standard domestic lager, light lager. And then it comes in with a little bit of a malty sweetness, and then this extra sweetness that's like, it's like a cake. It's like white cake. Like the white spongy cake. That's the closest thing that I can describe the flavor. It is similar to the Outlaw Light. Although this one is a little lighter in my opinion. The mouthfeel is light. And the carbonation's not as bad as I thought it was going to be looking at it. This is pretty solid, I'm not going to lie. Get the last few drops out of there. Yeah, I think this one is definitely a solid brew for sure. Really love the bottle design as well. That's definitely going to go into my collection. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get a little agitation on this. Yeah, we're not going to get much off of that. That's the only part that's really disappointing about the beer is the lack of head, but guess I'll have to pour another one later and see if it does the same. Maybe it was a mistake on my part, but I thought I poured it pretty aggressive. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I could drink these all day. I think this is a very good take on a light beer. It's a beer with a little bit more flavor to it. Although it is still a very light beer, it's got a very light mouthfeel. And the carbonation's definitely not as much as it looked with all the bubbles in the glass. But It's a pretty solid brew for sure. See if there's anything on here I missed. There is a story on the back. I'll just put it here and maybe you guys can pause and read it. I don't even know if it's in frame or in focus, but there it is. Yep. Let's get into a rating on this. When I saw the lack of head, I was a little worried. But considering this is a light beer and it has this much flavor, I'm probably going to have to hit it with a pretty high rating here. I'm going to go a 9.2 out of 10 for this. I really like this, and I will be finishing this, and I will be drinking the rest that's in my fridge. This is a exceptional light beer. This is definitely a beer that I would pick up if I was wanting to, I guess, have a light beer with a little more flavor. I'm going to be doing some beer battles with this one. I'm going to be pitting this up against some of the big boys. And although it's going to be obvious which one's which, I may not do them blindly, but I will do them head-to-head and just see how they stack up to some of, the Coors, the Miller, the Bud. And I think I might even do a beer battle between this and the Outlaw Light, because that is going to be interesting because they both have similar flavor notes, in my opinion. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit me with a thumbs up. If you guys have any suggestions on anything you would like me to try in the future, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to try to find it and give it a review. As always, until next time, cheers, and thanks for watching.